Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee and Dice with Sylvia. I am so excited to be coming to talk to you guys this week. I have had so much going on that it's just been insane. So to start off, I've been doing a lot of planning for this summer, and we are going to be spending a lot of time in South Carolina this summer thanks to military training. I will be at Fort Jackson for most of June and most of July. So I need you guys to tell me where there is an awesome hobby shop, game room, who all I can go and see, if there's any conventions happening around that area, just so that I can get out and see you guys and be able to, game with you, maybe throw some dice, different things like that. So let me know what is happening around the Columbia, South Carolina area, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time there. I am fortunate that I have my great father-in-law is in Sumter, South Carolina, not far from there. So I will be spending some time out there in that area, but there's also Charleston, Myrtle Beach, places like that we intend to go and hopefully find somebody to game with while we are out there. So be sure to, let me know what's going on out in that area, because we're going to be out there all summer long and it's going to be awesome. So excited. I love South Carolina. It's our happy place. So that's the travel plans for this summer with the family. But there's also a lot of stuff happening here at home and with the gaming industry that we are working on. So my notes here says, life has gotten in the way of the hobby. We've had to take some necessary outdoor projects to get ready for a storm and tornado season. And, as much as what I love working in the outdoors and everything, it is a necessary evil, because it is coming up on tornado season and throughout the entire Midwest and Southeast area. So, I hope that everybody is taking the proper precautions and really, making sure that they've got their food stocks and their gaming stuff is where it needs to be, so that if something, heaven forbid, something does happen, you are prepared for that. We are certainly doing that around here. We're doing inventory of all of the gaming stuff. We've had to do some repairs to fences and things like that. So, gaming's taken a back seat for the most part this week, but the fence is fixed, the garden's all put together. The little one is very happy with her butterfly garden that we've created for her. And this week we are getting back to throwing some dice. So, as a matter of fact, if soccer gets canceled this week, then we will be doing Wrath of Dragons tonight. So there is that. But the guys have wrapped up all of the spring projects and everything, and now we just have to get all of our convention plans in place to fit in with our summer plans. So that's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of work, and I need to know where all the conventions are happening. There's a lot happening. I know of Little Wars and Nova and HistoriCon and things like that, but I really enjoy going to the smaller conventions and seeing you guys, because not everybody can go to the big conventions, but not everybody can go to the little ones either. And so I really like seeing the way that the conventions diversify and, how they cover the whole spectrum of the hobby. So let me know where the smaller conventions are so that I can be sure to at least try to get out there and see you guys and check out the conventions. That's what we enjoy doing. We love, or at least I love, going to the conventions. So I've been talking to a lot of people that I've met at different conventions over the last couple of years. And some of them have been talking to me about branching out and doing, the YouTube channel and maybe some Twitch streaming things like that. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that. I did last week's episode on YouTube, and I was kind of surprised with the number of hits that it got, but you Facebook crew, I mean, you're my bread and butter, and you guys are faithful. It's really hard to step away from you guys and change the way that I do things. So we'll just see. I'm talking to a couple of people within the gaming industry and talking about what it is that I can do to help grow the industry. And there's been some people that have reached out to me and asked me to collaborate with them, and I'm very excited to be doing some of that. So I will be making announcements about that in the future. But there are some very exciting things happening for the Lady in the Dress on the scale of, or on the down the road of, just more visibility and things like that. It's just like working with coffee, with the No Dice, No Glory team and partnering with the Coffee and Dice with them. There's just so many people to work with and so many options. And so I'm very, very excited that I'm going to have some of the opportunities that I have coming up. But let's see. Steve and his very talented friend Jim, who he is very talented. You guys have seen some of his paint jobs if you've ever been to Steve's tables while playing tournaments, things like that. And his terrain. So Jim used to run a scuba shop, and he has some of the best terrain for, fish tanks and things like that. He had the amazing terrain for the Blood and Plunder game that we played, and I showed pictures of. Just amazing terrain builder and painter. And so Steve's working with him and doing a few projects for terrain. And let's be honest, these guys do not know how to do just one project. They have to have, they're like me in the kitchen. They have to have 5 or 6 projects going all at the same time on the table. I mean, check this out, guys. You've got all of that stuff on the workbench there that he's working on, and the hobby shop is full and busting at the seams for stuff that he's working on. So he goes over to Jim's house and is working on that stuff there as well. And I'm so excited to see whenever it's all come together and complete, because Jim is a true artist, and I can't wait. Very excited. So their terrain is going to be more Caribbean because of Jim's expertise as a scuba diver and things like that. But they're also working on some World War II and Great War terrain pieces with Steve's historical background and everything. Working on building some terrain for maybe Steve's Korea bolt action table, so that maybe we can start giving you guys some sneak peeks into those tables and the terrain that he's going to be using. And then, of course, the paint jobs for the models, and then demos of us playing the rules that Steve helped write. So it's very exciting for us, and I'm really excited for that book to come out in August, and just really start being able to play the games that my husband squirreled himself away for so many months. But my boys Corey and Christian have been playing with their dad a lot here recently. It's been more since we've gotten home from Adepticon the last couple of weeks than I think they probably have in several months. It's been really nice to be able to have the whole family back home together and gaming. I didn't realize how much I missed having the boys here. Steve and Christian had been playing down at the local hobby shop game headquarters, whereas I got my introduction to gaming, and Steve's been going there for, 30 years. So, you know, the guys have been going down there and playing, but I've really missed having them here at the house and, you know, listening to all the trash talking and the laughing and all of that. It's been very enjoyable for me. So they have been here playing, and they're going to be doing a World War II card game. And right now, they're learning the rules and everything, and we're going to sit down and do a couple of games over the next couple of weeks, and I will give you guys a full review of that game system once we kind of have a better understanding of it and I am able to answer some of the questions that we have. So be looking for a World War II card game review. Somebody asked for a BattleTech box unboxing from me because there's two different boxes for the BattleTech set. There's the beginner set and then there's the actual game system. And so we are going to, in the coming weeks, be recording a BattleTech unboxing, and then that will probably come out during my training this summer because I don't know what availability I'm going to have during that training session, and I don't want you guys to miss out on the weekly coffee and dice. So that's how we will compensate for that. Might be more reviews during that time frame rather than news segments. But the boys, what they have been playing a lot of here recently is, cool mini or not, Song of Fire and Ice. And they are loving this. Of course, with the season 8 of Game of Thrones picking back up, and this feeding right into that. It's been a huge talking point in our house, as we call it, the Dragon Lady show for the little one. She loves watching Daenerys ride around with the dragons, and of course she's obsessed with dragons. So with the startup of the final season of Game of Thrones, we've really been paying a lot of attention to Song of Fire and Ice and really enjoying that game system. So be looking for another review on that, just from a different perspective. I know, the technical perspective, but this one's going to be a little bit different. This one's going to be the mom review. Playing it with your kids, playing it with the family. How easy is it to play with the kids? Things like that. So be looking for that review over the summer as well. And then let's see. Another one that the guys picked up was Star Wars Legion. And they picked up some interesting pieces for the game system that they're painting. It's kind of the beast that never ends with us, because I am a huge Star Wars fan. I've done a couple of interviews with Alex, one of the game designers, and I loved speaking with him. Even if it's not on camera, he's just a joy to speak with. And so not only are we huge Star Wars fans in general, but we are big Star Wars Legion, Star Wars X-Wing fans of the game systems. And so the guys had picked up a couple of extra miniatures over the last few months, I would say. And there's all the new stuff that came out. For the X-Wing, they are expanding on that they released, or they at least had them at Adepticon this year. And so I think we might have picked some of those up, and we will be doing some painting and everything. But, we could paint everything, we could paint nonstop, like stop all of the spring projects, eat, sleep, and breathe painting the hobby. And that's all we do for probably an entire month. And we still wouldn't have everything we have in our queue painted. There's just that much. Whenever you have 5 kids, and then the 2 of you all gaming, and you're painting everybody's armies all together, it becomes quite the beast. And so, you know, and the guys keep picking more stuff up. They don't understand. Mom can only paint so much at a time before her hands start cramping up, or she's got to go cook dinner. I mean, what can I say? I can only paint so much at a time. But I will be working on a lot of that in my downtime while I'm at school this summer. So hopefully I will be able to get caught up quite a bit. And I look forward to painting a lot of the Star Wars stuff because I enjoyed that game system so much. Maybe I'll even convert a few people while I'm there. So, let's see, what else is there? Little Wars. Don't forget, Little Wars is this next weekend. It is April 26th through the 28th at the Westin Yorktown Center, just outside of Chicago in Lombard. So be sure to stop by the Warlord booth and say hi to John Russell and, you know, give him a big shout out. Tell him Lady in the Dress sent you. And so pick up all of your new bolt action stuff and Beyond the Gates Mentaris and things like that. But be sure to stop by and check out the Warlord booth. There's a lot of new exciting things happening there. And then if you have the opportunity to stop by and say hi to Dr. Steve Fratt, the president of the Midwest HMGS Guild, let him know that the Lady in the Dress sent you to say hi. I was hoping to be able to get out to Little Wars this weekend and be able to give you some live feed from there. I know it's not as big as Adepticon, but it's certainly not a small event. And I'm just not going to be able to make that happen. I have some things with the school that I have to take care of, and the kids have sports and stuff that I'm going to have to be here for. So I'm not going to be able to make it to Little Wars this year, but hopefully next year. And so be sure to stop by and say hi to Dr. Fratt for us and tell him that we send our best wishes. Then, so let's talk about HistoriCon for a moment. I'm going to be in South Carolina, which isn't too far from HistoriCon. So maybe I will be able to get away and make it to HistoriCon this year. I still have to get approval from the schoolhouse to do that. But HistoriCon is July 10th through the 14th this year. And they've gone to a new location. So, and it is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. So be sure to be watching for registration there. And that way you can get your, you should already have your hotel booked and things like that. If you don't, get on and do it now. And then, hopefully we'll see you there. Steve will definitely be at HistoriCon this year. He has been looking forward to it all year long. This is his go-to event. It's with him being such a history guy and everything. This is his bread and butter. He's so excited about it this year. So, and they have some amazing special guests this year. You'll have to jump on the website and check that out while you're registering. I'm not going to give that secret away because it's awesome. I'm going to be so upset if I don't get to go this year. So upset. Okay. Now, so we brought up Little Wars, HistoriCon, all of that, great historical stuff. Let's move on to a little bit more of the fantasy sci-fi piece. My favorite event of the year. Just simply because of what it stands for. Nova Open. They gave me my big break. Always have a special place for them. And so let's talk about Nova Open. Because on July 1st, the charity raffles open up. And there's some amazing stuff in there. I've seen some of the pictures. I've been talking to some of the artists. there's some amazing stuff in that charity raffle, to include the Warlord Titan. So I think it's the Warlord Titan. They're raffling off a Titan. So be sure to check out the raffle starting on July 1st for the Nova Open Charity Foundation. It is amazing. And it comes from such a good heart. You know, the Charity Foundation came about because the Brandt family wanted to raise money for charity. And so they got together in a park and they, you know, people donated money and they played tournaments and everything. And that was the first Nova Open convention 10 years ago. And then as the years went on, it just grew and grew and grew. And now it is so big that last year they raised over $150,000 for charity over the course of the weekend and the charity raffles. Huge accomplishment. And I'm so proud to say that I'm a part of the Nova family and that I get to participate in this. And so, as a matter of fact, it's a huge highlight of my year. And it also marks the end of convention season and the end of the tournament season. And so everybody has, you know, everybody that plays the 40K has, or even Star Wars, they have got the Armada and the Legion and X-Wing and all those tournaments there as well. They've all been through this competitive summer, and it's Labor Day weekend and you're in DC, and it's a different environment, and it is so much fun, and everybody just really enjoys each other's company and the environment. So if you haven't registered yet, go register, get your hotel space wherever you can find it, find somebody to room with, get to Nova Open this year because it is a blast. I will be at Nova Open this year. I have confirmed that with the foundation, and I am so excited because, like I said, it's the highlight of my year. Just simply because I love the charity of it. And it's a different environment. You know, Adepticon, it's a family reunion and you have a blast and everybody's welcome. And it really is just a lot of fun at Adepticon too. But for me, it's a family-based event. It's charity. It's everything. It stands for everything that the values I try to instill in my children. And that's why I game. I game for the kids. I game for the families. I game for the charities. And it's a blast. So hit up Nova Open, and the charity raffles start July 1st. Be sure to check them out at the Nova Open Charity Foundation or Charitable Foundation. I'll post the website, and you guys will be able to watch the reveal of the different armies. And I will be showing pictures of them once they finally open in July. So excited. The winners will be announced at the closing ceremonies of the Nova Open convention. So you guys will see, I will stream live on the Nova Open Foundation page or on the Nova Open Conventions page to show everybody the closing ceremonies where they say the winners of all the tournaments and the winners of all the charity raffles and give away all kinds of great prizes. So you'll be watching that. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Last week was a really long one. This week's kind of short and sweet. There's a lot happening, but I can't really talk about the details just yet. And I promise once I can, you guys will be the first to know what all is happening with the Great Adventures of the Lady in the Dress, because there's some pretty amazing stuff happening. I actually posted on my personal Facebook page that I've had a couple of surreal moments over the last couple of months, just the last month actually, since Adepticon. I didn't realize how many people watch what I do. I didn't realize how many people enjoy what I do and how much they enjoyed it. And for that, I appreciate all of your support. It's been a very humbling experience. It has been a very enjoyable experience, and I look forward to doing it for a very long time. I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy it because of you guys. And so with that, I'm gonna sign off, and I will see you next week with Coffee and Dice with Sylvia, sponsored by No Dice, No Glory. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.